Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Awakening Star. I am the Oracle. This is take 2 of trying to film this. I just did the intro and I was like, oh wait, I didn't cleanse the space. So that is something to note for someone. Make sure that you are cleansing your space, keeping your space as clear as possible. This might be clutter, but I'm feeling like this is energetically. If you've just started a spiritual path or new practice, please make sure that you are cleansing your space. I'm going to go in with my all-time classic favorite, some Californian white sage. I do also have some saddlewood burning in the corner, just to have that as confirmation for someone. So California white sage or saddlewood. But today's reading is a continuation. It's an extended reading for the Imbolc reading. And if you haven't gone back and watched that reading, I would perhaps consider doing that. I will tag it in the description below. But if this is your first time here with us, welcome. And if you feel called to just stay here, then please know that this is a reading entitled What Are You Not Seeing? So there might just be some messages for you here, and you might want to check the Imbolc reading at a later date. You know what's best for you. I have brought in my citrine here, which I love because it is so crystal clear, and I use this every day. And I think some of you are really looking to bring some sunshine back into your life. I see this is my sunshine stone, and I really just feel those golden beams of sunlight on me when I have it on my person. So that's confirmation for you. I've also brought in some little gems, which I actually got from a birthday card, and I felt cool to keep and put them in my charm box. But there's something in the charms, there's something in the glitz and the glam. Some of you are wanting to feel the luxuries of life, and know if that's what you've been manifesting, that is coming to you. So please don't worry, that is confirmation for you. So congratulations on that. My witches and warlocks that have been manifesting. I've got 3 piles today, so take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. 22 on the clock there, and that happened in the first reading. So I love that. My first attempt at this reading, sorry, this is take 2. But yeah, go ahead and pick your pile. Hello, pile 2, this is your reading. 233 on the clock there. I'm actually going to start with your rune. Your rune here, which is Canas, which actually means torch. I always get the feeling with this rune that it's about something really being brought to light for you at this time, and you're really going to start to see crystal clearly. You're going to start to feel like you have all the clarity that you need to propel you forward in a certain direction. This rune is also connected to insight, it's connected to creativity, vitality, and revelation. But I really feel it's this revelation aspect that's coming in for you. You're going to see something, and you're going to know that it's for you. There's going to be no mistaking it. It's going to be plain insight in front of you. You're going to hear it, you're going to smell it, you're going to sense it. Something's just going to tell you, oh, that's for me. And that could be a sense of direction to go in terms of work. That could be something in, I don't know, even just booking a holiday. You're wanting to know which holiday to book. It's like you're going to know. You're going to be given that information, and you're going to feel confident. There's a layer of confidence in this pile that I'm really excited for, because I think you've been holding back, you've been holding self back just because you didn't know. So the clarity is coming in so that you can go kind of full steam ahead. And yeah, I'm hearing just go for it. It's like, don't hold back, don't be too cautious, be clever, be careful, but don't be too overly cautious, pile 1, with what's coming in for you. I'm feeling so much energy. I'm feeling so many people just like wanting to come in and be like, da, 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 this is what you need to do. So you're really protected. Everyone is here for you. 414 on the clock there. I mean, there's just so much. If you haven't been seeing a lot of synchronicities in your life at the moment, I would be very surprised. And I think that you've just come here for further clarification. And I don't even need to turn the cards over. I just know that everything that you've been asking for is coming. So please, please, please keep the faith. But let's see what your cards have to say. We've got Lotus and Resurrection, card number 22. I can't. I love when that happens. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Oh. Pile 1. This feels really cute. Loosen your grip, mechanisms, oh my gosh, coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, let God in. Familiar and guardian, that is also in reverse. There's something really funny going on, Pile 1. It's like it's like you've been looking for something for the longest time, and it's actually been right under your nose. It's like you're looking into a reflection, and you're now seeing that everything you've ever wanted is actually already here for you. I think you've had a realization that you're doing everything that you ever wanted to do in your life, and perhaps some things don't quite look as you would like them to, and it's okay to have dreams, it's okay to want more success, it's okay to want more in life, but I think you've really come to a point where you are accepting everything that you have, but also you have great gratitude for it. And the thing that you're perhaps not seeing, but I think you're just here for confirmation, so the thing that you actually are seeing is that you have everything already. You realize you have absolutely everything you could possibly think of already, and this is only the beginning for you. I think you've taken on a new venture, I think you've taken on a new way of life, and you're now seeing the fruits of your labor, and this isn't going to stop. It's like I feel like you were in the slumber with the loosening your grip, and you've done that, Pile 1. You started to loosen your grip, and now you're starting to see that everything you asked for is already here, and that's because you let go. You let go of expectation, you let go of what you wanted things to look like, and now you're seeing that everything is blooming, everything is blossoming. This resurrection card here with the lotus, it's like, yeah, you've grown out of the mud, and I think you've had a really tough time, Pile 1, 656 on the clock there. You had a really tough time, but you've resurrected yourself. You've really dug deep, and you made the first move. It's like the universe was waiting for you to take the steps, and you've been doing that. So now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. Things are starting to bloom, things are starting to blossom, and I think you've been starting to realize just how entrenched in the cycles of life you actually are, and now you understand that everything that you've been in has just been a season. It wasn't here to stay. I think you were really terrified that this was going to be your life. I think 2022 was really, really difficult for you, and I think you thought, oh gosh, like, is this ever going to end? Is this going to be how my life's going to be forever? And it's not. And now you're seeing that, and that's such great confirmation for you here, Pile 1, and I'm really excited for you. With this cat and the familiar guardian here being in reverse, I'm feeling like, yeah, you see it all. If you don't vision yourself, I would be very surprised, and it's like you know everything. You know everything already, you're just here for confirmation. Frogs are a sign for you, Cambo, potentially. Maybe you've just taken some Cambo, or you did in the recent times, or you're looking to go and have some experience with Cambo. That's just confirmation for you. For some of you, you're getting a new pet. That's going to be like the start of this new chapter for you, which you're not expecting. It's like you're gaining a pet, you're gaining a familiar. And for some of you, this is someone returning back into your life, and it's like they see as much as you see, and that's going to be, it's going to be magical, Pile 1. It's like you are going to see eye to eye with someone. You are going to see eye to eye with this new opportunity that's opening up for you. For some of you, this is a relationship. For some of you, this is literally a family member coming back for you. Some of you, this is in the spiritual realm. So if you've been asking to connect with your familiars from beyond the veil, know that that's coming in for you really strongly, and sooner than you might think. If you've been asking for connection in that way, that is coming through for you. There's not much more here, Pile 1, to be honest with you. I really feel like everything is just let it happen. Just let it let it appear to you, and it's not as if things are hidden, because you see everything. It's like you've already seen it. You might have dreamt it, you might have visioned it, you might have just purely imagined it, and because you can imagine it, you've made that into your reality, Pile 1. I think you're starting to realize just how powerful a manifester you are, and you didn't know that. So now you're realizing all the things that you potentially used to think about that were negative, you were just manifesting those into your life. So now that you know what to do, you know how to move forward, you know how to be bold. You've already been bold. Some of you have made a really bold move recently, and you're going to be really glad that you did. You said something really bold, you made a really bold statement, and that has shone through for someone. I'm being guided to this 22 here. It's like someone heard you and they took that as confirmation. So something's going to move forward that you've been asking for the longest of time, and it's because you allowed yourself to live in your own destiny. It's like you really allowed yourself to get into flow. It's like you were struggling and you felt like you were tumbling, and then as soon as you let yourself go, 27 is a confirmation on there, as soon as you let yourself go, you started to just feel weightlessness, and you were like, oh, I'm not falling, I'm being held, I'm being poetically guided through life, and you're really starting to see that and appreciate that. So congratulations, Pile 1. You see everything. You don't even need me to tell you this. You know it in your heart and in your soul, and I think you've really come into alignment with mind, body, spirit, with body, matter, physical, energy, the higher levels, the divine, the different dimensions. It's like, yeah, galactic spirit, animal, earth energy all resides in your heart space. So you've done that too, you know. It's like you called that in, you manifested that, you've worked really hard to be where you are. I think your spiritual gifts are really coming online for you now, and you're really starting to understand just how powerful you are. So enjoy that energy. Don't let anyone else try and take that from you. If there are naysayers, poo-pooers, you know, it's like that they're on their own journey, and just let them be. Don't have anything to say, and just have love for everyone. I think is the main message here. There's so much noise today. If you've been hearing a lot of clanking, a lot of clattering, a lot of, I don't know, alarms going off, that's just all confirmation for you. I think you've been like, why is there so much noise all of a sudden? And that's the other realm just letting you know that things are coming in for you. Your manifestations are coming in for you. You might even find yourself like jumping at sounds, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? And that's just the confirmation from beyond the veil for you. So congratulations, Pile 1. It's such a beautiful reading, and well done you. Hello, hello, Pile 2. This is your reading. 12:27 on the clock there as confirmation. First thing that I've got for you is your rune, and your rune is Rado, which is this idea of the chariot. So imagine the chariot card in tarot. This is the same equivalent as that. And whenever I pick this rune, I really feel like it's telling you that something is on a journey. Something is going on a journey. Either you're already on this journey, or something is going to send you off on a journey, I'm feeling. And it's your personal evolution that's allowing you to take this journey. You might have come from Pile 1 straight into Pile 2 and you felt that calling, but it's like your soul is allowing you to journey forward in every aspect of self, in every aspect of life. I think you've done a lot of healing, a lot of deep diving, a lot of deep yeah, you've been in the thick of it, Pile 2, for the longest time, and now you're being given the freedom to go on your exploration, being given the freedom to go on your journey, and I think you've been asking for that for the longest time. It's like the realms are here to tell you that you are ready, you've done all that you need to, and now you're allowed to move forward. You've built yourself up to enough to be ready, and I think you didn't realize how unprepared you were for this next step, because I don't think you knew how big of a journey this was going to be. So they had to keep you still, they had to keep you healing, they had to keep you purging, they had to keep you locked inside. It's like some of you really did hermit over winter, and you were supposed to be doing that. What you're not seeing is that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. You're not out of time, and I think some of you felt like you'd lost out, or something didn't happen as quickly as you wanted it to, but it wasn't supposed to happen any quicker than this, and I think that's travel. Let's see what your cards have to say. Owl and intuition, 28 on there. New moon in Aries, it's time to take action. That's in reverse. Baby steps, allow action flow with your intuition before it makes sense. And Yule and rebirth, yeah, just as I said, you've been in this winter energy for some time, and I think that if you're wanting confirmation it's time to take action on something, now's that time. it's like work with the moon cycles, but now's that time. I think that maybe you have just been working with the moon cycles and know that everything you put into place is coming in for you, but it's time to get out of this winter Yule energy. It's time to come into, it's nearly springtime for us here in the UK, in the northern hemisphere, but maybe you are in your time, maybe you are still feeling that Yule energy, and know that you are going through a rebirth. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you are going through a rebirth, and that's okay. But know to take baby steps in that time. It's like if you're inheriting, make plans in your mind, make plans, make lists, write everything down and come back to it for springtime. But for the most part, I think a lot of you here are just ready to take action. Your intuition is saying, you know, fly like an eagle. I'm hearing, you might have had that song as a confirmation for you in one of my other readings. But it's time to take flight, Pile 2. And what you're not seeing is that you're ready. I think some of you have been feeling, oh, like, do I jump off now? I'm seeing someone like a kid, like jumping on the escalator and not knowing when to take that step to jump off, and if they're going to, you know, stumble, or if they're getting off at the right time. And now is that time. If you've been waiting, your guides are saying now you're just procrastinating, and come on. And I think a little bit of fear is set in. I think that's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing that there's been a tiny bit of fear that's crept into this hermit energy, and you're like, no, like, I'm just in my winter energy, everything's fine. And it's like, no, you're feeling fear, so get moving. With the intuition here, you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. You know what baby steps to make. It's like you've already made baby steps. It's like, I think you've let something fall. Something came crashing down around you, and you're walking through to this new magnetic energy. It's like you're walking directly from one life into another, Pile 2, and you're not going to believe your luck. You're going to think, what is happening? How have I let this happen? How has this manifested around me? But you did it. You created all of this through wintertime. You really dug deep, and you really let yourself grow. You really let yourself be held by the universe. You really let yourself be molded into something new. I think that you've been looking to change, and you've been asking to change, and you didn't know how to make change, but in the asking and the doing, you've changed. And maybe you don't even realize it. Maybe you're just starting to look into the mirror and not recognize yourself, and you're really proud of that. I think you've really felt your soul come through, but there's something else coming in for you. It's like the fire's coming in for you. Someone's going to take you in from the cold and bring you into their fire, and they're really going to allow you to see just how much you've grown, because they know you. And for some of you, they've known you for a really long time, and they're going to see how much you've grown and tell you that, and tell you how proud of you they are, and how grateful they are to have you in their life. And that's what you don't see coming. You don't see coming as the confirmation from everything. Everything around you is going to change, and you're going to understand that you've been on the right path for a really long time, and you now know what you're capable of. And this is only the first, you know, tiny little road marks you've made, but these road marks are huge. I'm hearing what you've achieved in a really short space of time is monumental, Pile 2, and you should be really proud of yourself. I think that's what you're not seeing, how much you've actually grown, not just within self, but just in your life. It's like you've really created a pathway that with no blockages now. It's like you've got this trail in front of you, and obviously we all make mistakes, we all stumble, we can all fall over, and that's okay. But it's like you really, I'm seeing like a road that's like got brambles, and like it's, you know, like one of those mystical woods that you see in like fantasy movies when all the brambles are moving and like they're just looking like they want to eat you, or like, I don't know, lacerate you and something, and you literally went in with your sword and you were like, no, and you chopped it all down, and now the path is clear for you. You've got a clear pathway to just stroll along. It's like you don't have to rush anything, Pile 2, but start making those steps. It's like you're not waiting any longer. It's just procrastination or a little bit of fear, and that is completely okay. You might be Aries yourself. You might have Aries really heavily placed in your chart, but I feel like you are definitely I'm going towards more of an earth sign, and some of you might actually be grounding too much. That's something that I learned kind of on this journey, is that I'm an air sign, I'm an Aquarius, so I can get quite flighty and quite like you know, like I'm just taking off sometimes with my energy, and everything feels really like up in the air sometimes, and I really do have to ground in so I feel stable. But there is something about me that if I ground in too much, I start to lose the magic. So I really have to find that right balance, because I'm not supposed to be in the ground all the time. It's like I'm supposed to bounce. I'm seeing like Tigger like bouncing up to the clouds and back down again. Tigger might be a confirmation for you. It's like you're supposed to take flight and then come back down, but keep taking flight, but keep making sure you're grounding. So either you're not grounding enough and that's why you feel like you're constantly in a tailspin, or you need to make sure that you are working with your higher chakra points, so above the solar plexus and above, so throat chakra, third eye chakra, particularly the crown chakra, and also the star chakra, the earth star chakra too, which is above the head. So make sure you're working with those higher chakra energies, and that's really going to elevate you forward into this new pathway that you've created for yourself. But it's like you're well on your way already, and you did the hardest step by chopping down that there's so much Winnie the Pooh, 100-acre wood. Yeah, that's what I was hearing, but I couldn't pick it up. 100-acre wood, I think that's what it is. 100-acre wood, I think so. So Winnie the Pooh, maybe someone calls you Winnie Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is a reference there to that. Yeah, someone's really here for someone with that Winnie Pooh. It's like they really wanted to come through and let you know that they are here, and they love you a lot. They love you so much, and they see everything that you're doing, and they're super proud of you. And just keep going. I'm hearing just keep going. They're not going to stop ever loving you, so just keep going. If you did want to work with me, contacting anyone beyond the veil, then please do reach out to me. But I keep tapping in the middles of my palm. It's like, what's it called? Oh gosh. Where you have your hands and your feet just start to miraculously, as if Jesus was on the cross. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm getting that. It's like someone has come into a spiritual birth, and it's like you really just propelled forward in like Christ consciousness, and this person's really proud of you. And you know, Christ consciousness I see as the highest light consciousness, so it doesn't have to pertain to a specific religion, but it's like you propelled forward in sort of spiritual activity, and they're really proud of you because this is something that your ancestors have been dying to get in your bloodline, I'm hearing, and now you've done it. So congratulations, you might be the first one in your family to take this spiritual step, so that's confirmation for you also. So congratulations on that pile too. 22:37 on the clock there, and I'm going to leave it there. Such a loving energy from beyond the realms. Pile 2, you're really protected, and your intuition is super strong, so trust that. You know everything too. If you've come from pile 1, you see everything, eyes open, eyes closed. So yeah, we've got the bird confirmation here as well. So I can't remember what this is called, but it's a red canary, which is called, I can't remember, maybe you want to look up what a red canary is really called. But that came with a message through my other reading. Not a message, but I researched it. When canaries molt, and if you have one of a different colour, you should feed them the colours of their feathers so that they come through really bright and colourful. So maybe you are wanting to be something different. Maybe you're wanting more courage. Maybe you're wanting more love. Start eating foods of that chakra placement. And I'm hearing blue pea. So if you're thinking of something like, oh, what's blue for the throat chakra? Blue pea is amazing. You can get it in matcha. You can get it just as a powder. And you can add that to your smoothies, to your breakfast, that sort of thing. And that will help you open up your throat chakra as well. Congratulations, pile 2. I'm really happy for you. The energy is so light and loving. Yeah. Hello, pile 3, this is your reading. 24 on the clock there. What I've got first for you is your rune, and your rune is Gibo, which means gifts. A big present is on its way to you, pile 3, and I just smelt something really, it was really pleasant. It's like I think someone's coming in for you, pile 3, that you're not expecting, and it's going to be a really pleasant exchange. And if this is you, fearing what's to come, it's like it's actually going to be a breath of fresh air, and perhaps a lot easier than you thought it was going to be, pile 3. And there's something in, it's like the residual essence of something is still there. So it's like if there was once a lot of love, that is still there, and that's not disappeared. I think that's what you're not seeing. I think that's been hidden from you. I think what you haven't been seeing is that there is still a lot of love there, in this situation, this context that I'm speaking of. Maybe it's not a person, but you're going to revisit something. Maybe this is a timeline. Maybe this is like past lives that you've been worrying about revisiting. It's like, it's actually going to be a pleasant experience. But Gibo also means in connection to relationships, exchange, sacrifice, and partnerships and service. So I think you've been of service for the longest time, Pile 3, and perhaps some of you haven't come into that understanding of just how much you've been working for other people beyond the veil, other people in this lifetime that you've been contractually bound to. It's like you were supposed to be in so many people's lives and you've done it, and I think that this is going to be a massive confirmation for you that you did everything exactly as you were supposed to, because you met everyone that you needed to on this path. And you know, we have ABC, infinite options, but there was something about this exact timeline that you took and you knew. It's like every given moment you had such intuition. I think you might have felt like you were failing for the longest time, but you didn't. You were supposed to be exactly where you were, and I think you are leading a very different life right now. Really feeling someone like peep around the corner too. It's like someone's just around the corner, like peeking their head through to look at you. Maybe some of you feel like someone is watching you. Maybe some of you, this is you connecting to more of those beyond the veil. You might have come from pile 2 into pile 3, and everyone's trying to connect with you because they know who you are now. I think you were in a very different energy for the longest time, and now people are seeing your light. 26:29 on the clock there, and everyone's going to be coming to you for advice. If people thought you were cuckoo crazy before, everyone's going to be like, oh damn, like they know what they're talking about. I need to know what they're talking about. Can you help me? So if you are someone that wants to be in service, if you've taken up a spiritual kind of new venture, new endeavor, know that you are going to completely take off. And I think you've done something recently to really let people see you and witness you, and that's what you needed to do. You keep needing to show up for yourself and show up as exactly as you are. It's like all your colors. If you don't have things that are colorful in your work, in your workspaces, on your person, it's like bring more color into everything and you'll see that massive shift. And if you would like to work with me in terms of coaching on how to bring you more into spiritual alignment in your business or in your personal self, then please do let me know. All my links will be in the description below. But it's like, get more color, be more colorful, be more playful. People want to see your personality, and I think you've been quite rigid and corporate. You might have come from a corporate background, and now you're really having to show everyone your flavor and your scent and your, maybe it's a perfume business you're starting up or something along that lines. Apothecary. Gosh, I couldn't say the word. Apothecary. Yeah, it's like you're stumbling on your words because you're like, oh, am I supposed to say that? Should I? And it's like, yes, completely keep going. You have all the answers. You know exactly what it is. You know exactly where you want to birth, so keep bringing color into that, and that's where you're going to find your success. Honestly, I've not even shown you a card yet, pile 3, and I could just keep babbling. Oh my gosh, fire and intensity. Yes, it's exactly what I'm feeling. Card 15, that came through before in a reading, so that's confirmation for someone. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. That's what I mean. Like, that's exactly what I've been saying. It's like full steam ahead. We are the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, bath as a portal. That's in reverse for you. If you haven't already, you might want to take a look into ancient Egypt. What's the word? Hieroglyphics. And the last one that I've got is cloak and concealment. You've been concealing yourself, and I'm literally seeing this as a woman like spinning around and being like, ta-da, I'm here, like, please notice me. Or maybe you've been concealed and really wanting people to notice you because you knew you had this fire. You knew that all you were doing was showing your true self to the world, and you were worried. You might be an Aquarius sign. You were worried. You were like, oh my gosh, no one likes me. No one likes this me. No one likes the true me. What do I do now? And I think that you felt like turning back. You felt like cloaking yourself off again. You felt like turning back and just going back into the dense dark wood. You might have come straight from pile 1 to pile 3 and know that you've done everything right, and you're going to start to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to feel the fire and intensity. It's like a lot of love is coming in for you, pile 3, and a lot of people are really thankful that you exist. And more than you realize. It's like there is a lot of people that really count on you, really rely on you, really love your presence. And maybe this is just you smiling at them. Maybe they see you in a coffee shop every day. Maybe they see you in your place of work every day, and that really brings them true joy. And even if this is you working kind of from home online, it's like people really enjoy seeing your face, and you bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. And that's your confirmation that you are doing exactly what you are supposed to. That's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing how much joy you bring to everyone else's life, Pile 3. You're really beautiful, and I mean that in the most wholesome way. And some of you might be really stunningly attractive too, but it's not even that. It's like you just shine so bright. So, you know, you might have once considered yourself to not be attractive. It's like if you were looking for someone to really notice you, it's like they more than notice you. They are now in love with you, Pile 3. And this could be a friendship. This could be like a place that you really wanted to get a job at. This could be a school that you really wanted to join. This could be, yeah, in terms of like you're really stepping up. You stepped forward and you really showed up. And maybe it's an audition that you've just done and you were like, oh my gosh, like, did I do it right? This might be for a new TV show that you're wanting, and know that that is coming. Like, you've got the job, you win. They absolutely adored you, and this is going to bring you so much wealth and abundance. And this should be something you're really proud of, Pile 3, because you're really magnetic. And I think you wouldn't consider yourself to be a spiritual person, but your soul is really advanced. So everything that you do does come from the highest light. And know we've all made mistakes. We know we've all, you know, been in our darker energies, but you're not evil, Pile 3. And you've turned that corner. You've seen your mistakes and you've really worked on self. And now you're just shining. And yeah, I feel really held in your presence, Pile 1. I'm really tapping into your energy, and I feel like I'm with you. I feel like I know what it feels like to sit and have a conversation with you. And you're really magnetic, you're really enigmatic, and it's like you're really charismatic. And if you're not overtly, you know, flirtatious or kind of, you know, got the gift of the gab, there's just something about you that people find so charming and endearing. This might be that people just think you're so sweet that you just charm the pants off them from just being just your pure loving self, and they're just like, I love them. Like I don't know what it is exactly about them, or maybe they know exactly what it is. And you know, it would be quite creepy if everyone turned around to us and just said everything that we love about a specific person. So it's like people want to tell you that they love you, and they know that that's inappropriate. So they don't, Pile 1, but they do. And I think that you've been feeling like you've been cloaked and been concealed, but actually everyone's been watching you, and I think they've just needed to see you fully burn to get it. I think you've been working towards something, and you were like, oh my gosh, like, are people gonna get it? And you had to fully ignite and fully just go for it. And now people are like, oh, I get it. So with the Hathors here, you might really want to connect into Hathor and the mother's milk. Hathor is often often, I'm going to say predicted, but predicted as a confirmation for someone. You predicted this happening and now it's coming into fruition for you. But it's like Hathor is often depicted as a cow, as a mother maiden, milks maiden. It's like she has a like a moon on top of her head, a sun or a moon, I can't remember which, maybe the sun. It's like the sun, moon, stars are just shining above you. You're really connected into the divine. And if you're my person that doesn't feel spiritual, you get spiritual downloads in your sleep. You might have really vivid dreams of past lives, past lands, and you don't know what that is, but that's confirmation for you that these are actually past lives, Pile 3. I really want to sit with you and pick your brain about life, Pile 3, and yeah, that doesn't happen often with me, especially kind of the growth that I've gone through. So know that you are up there in your levels of understanding and levels of a capacity to retain knowledge. I think for some of you, you don't think you're spiritual, but you have a massive spiritual understanding and a massive emotional understanding of life that really carries you through. And even if you don't have any spiritual practices, it's like maybe this lifetime that's not what you're supposed to be doing, but know that you're getting that information and that clarity and those sentient essences. You might hear things, you might see things, you might smell things, you might just know things. I think your sense of knowing is really strong, and that is your superpower, that is your super gift. So don't be afraid of that. You might be a Leo rising, but there's something that's been concealed from you, and you're going to see it really soon, and that's the gift. That's the gift. There's something that I'm not allowed to tell all of you, and there's a massive gift coming in for you really, really soon. I'm seeing this as cardinals. I'm seeing this as a cardinal bird. So Elixir on Fire is a confirmation for someone too. All young cardinals, I'm hearing really loudly play. If you know that song, I will link it below. But it's like, I just want to say congrats, Pile 3, and keep being you, because yeah, you're just really great. You're just really great. I'd love to have a coffee with you. I'd love to chat to you. And yeah, there's a real energy of you just knowing a lot, and that comes through to people when they speak to you. I think you're really calm as a person, and that shines through. So congratulations, Pile 3. But I'm going to leave it there. If you would like to work with me, all my links are in the description below. But for now, go well.